2 weeks ago, I took the journey all the way to Hobby Lobby to pick up some desperately needed art supplies and stuff. Now, if you're used to watching any of my other videos, you definitely know that I literally only use a lead pencil and sometimes a kneaded eraser. So I definitely needed this re-up, bad. But today, I'm going to be testing out my art supplies, and if you're able to stick around to the end, I'll draw something using all of these supplies. Before we get started, I'll be rating all of these art supplies from 1 through 10 based on quality, pricing, and basically if I get scammed or not. But yeah, so without any more yapping, let's get into it. So starting off with this sketchbook, this cost me about 17 bucks, and I'm gonna be honest, the quality is actually not that bad for the price. And normally how I'm able to tell if a sketchbook is worth buying is by the thickness of it, especially when it comes to these mixed media sketchbooks, and this sketchbook was mad thick. So when you're thinking of a good sketchbook, just think of a thick sketchbook. So basically, good book equals thick book. So out of 10, I think I'm gonna rate this sketchbook maybe I'll say a 8.5 out of 10. Next, we'll get into this Posca pen. Now, this was priced at about $3 and change. I'll say this is a pretty decent deal. I'll use these normally for like inking or customizing sneakers and stuff like that. And while it took me a little minute to activate, I mean, I'll say it was well worth the wait because this mark was mad smooth. I mean, like, it had no tears whatsoever, and you could see that from my drawing. So overall, I'm gonna rate this maybe I'll rate this at 8 out of 10. Getting into these micron pens now. These cost about $8, and they come in 3 different sizes, 1, 0.5, and 0.1. Now, I'll usually use these for inking drawings that need a bit more detail, like realistic or like semi-realistic drawings. And as you can see, these marker pens are mad thin, like almost like pencils. I mean, like, look at how crispy these lines look. So I'm gonna definitely have fun with these. So out of 10, I'm gonna rate these, I have to say a 9.5. I don't want to give a perfect score, but definitely a 9.5 for me. All right, getting into the zebra pen. Now, this cost me about $12. And I know what you're thinking. Is he spending in this economy? I'm hungry. And no, I didn't get scammed. Also, I'm hungry too. But yeah, it's called an investment, bro. Wow. Whoa. He's so smart. I know, I'm so smart. I mean, big words. But yeah, this investment might just pay off because I mean, like, look at how crisp that sketch is. So all in all, I'm gonna give the zebra pen, I'm gonna say a 9. Now on to these Faber-Castell skin tone alcohol markers. Now, as soon as I saw these, I swiped them as fast as possible, even though they were like priced at like 15 bucks. The quality is still amazing. I mean, like, it's not ripping through the page at all, and all it takes is the lightest brush to like get some color out of them. So all in all, great markers, except for the last one. The gel tip was acting up on some disobedient stuff. So I'm gonna have to give this about, I'll say like a 7.5. Lastly, we got my 24-pack alcohol markers, and I'm gonna be honest, I was geeked to start drawing with these. Now, I started by just making sure all of these work because these things was like 30 bucks and change, and I was not trying to get scammed out of $30, and none of them worked. But as you can see, these are some great quality markers, and I have a lot of ideas on some future videos with these. So out of 10, I'm gonna have to give these a 9.5. Now that I finished testing these things out, it was time for me to move on to drawing. And because I was using some new art supplies, you know, I had to be professional and tape down my page so it can't run away.
Oh my god, bro.
even if it tried. Anyways, I started this drawing by working on my sketch, and sorry if it's a little bit hard to see, but that's just because I have a very light hand when it comes to this stuff. Also, if you can't tell by now, my sketching phase is the same thing as my brainstorming phase, so I really just decide what I want to draw as I go. Once the sketching phase was complete, I moved into the inking phase with my Posca, and this is probably one of the most satisfying portions of this drawing, for me at least. Also, if you never ink something with a Posca, you know, you're definitely missing out. It doesn't even have to look good, it's just mad fun to have the experience, so go ahead, go outside, buy one, and sketch something and ink it. But yeah, I'll shut up and let you enjoy this experience. Now, while I could have just left this black and white, I knew that wouldn't cut it, so I got my new markers out and I went to town. Now, you may not believe me, but the last time I fully colored a drawing was probably like 2.5 years ago, so this was a very fun and relaxing experience for me. After I finished coloring, I struggled to get the tape off of the edges of my drawing without it ripping, but now that that's done, I think this might be decent. So let me know what you guys think about this art haul in the comments, and let me know if I got scammed or if this was a win. Anyways, stay safe, and thanks for watching.